Good morning, and welcome back, Subsistence. Welcome back to Attack-Proof Base. Yes, I can hear a pig in the background. I know we kind of finished this mini-series, but I've been sitting here thinking that maybe there is more I could have done. The attack-proof base itself was a failure. It does get attacked as regularly as normal, and the grenade arrows they fire at the floor cause an awful lot of damage. But I was wondering whether I built it too low. Perhaps there is a range on the grenade arrows, and if we could build it higher up, the hunters would still try and attack from below, but do less damage. So what I would like to do is I would like to move the entire base 2 stories higher, so that the floor as it is now is on the level where the railings are. And then I'd like to see whether that works any better than it did before. Now while I do this, I have switched hunters onto revenge only, so that I won't get interrupted by constant attacks. Once it's done, we will of course put the hunters back onto normal mode. But for now, I think for at least this episode, and possibly another one if I can't get it all done, we will start moving from the bottom upwards. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge, because there are things in the way. So I'm going to have to clear enough space to move everything up, and essentially turn the base inside out. So here we go. And welcome back. Wow, that turned out to be a lot more work than I was expecting, but I have finally lifted it. The only thing that's different, but a bit of the layout inside is different. I'll show you that in a second. And you can see the things that I attached the lights to. I didn't manage to get a foundation in the right place to be able to put those vertical quarter walls high as I had them before, so they are sticking down a bit further. But I think that'll be alright, because that's going to give us a little bit more protection, you know, for the lights, for anything coming in from the side, and it doesn't obstruct the lights because they point inwards anyway. So, let me go and show you the new layout. Gotta be careful around here because there is a cougar just over there somewhere. So, we don't have a second access point, unfortunately. I was trying to think of a way in which I could, put the door back in for access down to the other rock. But unfortunately, we're too high. As you can see, I would need to use stairs, and the stairs only go down half a block, so we'd have lots of stairs, and then the rock drops away at the bigger angle anyway, so there is no real way I could put, even from the lower floor, any kind of access into there. I'll keep thinking about it, see if I can come up with a method, but for now, this is what we have. So we still have our hatch onto the very top here, move the railings up, solar panels, no bed. Again, that foundation may well not be staying there, but actually I quite like it, because if they do attack from that angle, I do have some cover. Not much, admittedly, but I'm going to leave it there for now anyway. So that's the roof. The main floor is pretty much as it was, so I've tried to put everything in the same kind of position as it was before. The only difference is I've had to move the stairs, because obviously we've got the door there now, so I've swapped the stairs around and put them over here. The BCU is in an identical place to where it was before, and I've done that on purpose because I've lifted it up 2 full blocks. I didn't want to move the BCU into a different location because that might give me a false report, if you like. It might give me a false reading, so I wanted to try and keep that the same. It's almost exactly 2 blocks higher than it was. So we still have our little snipe holes. Assuming they do attack from underneath, it still gives me the ability to snipe them from here. The lights are back on under there. Switch for the lights is there. So that's about it. You know the rest. One thing I will mention, because I had to delete the BCU and put a new BCU in. As you can see, it did charge. We did get our free power back, so that's fine. Happy with that. But what I forgot was, when you delete the old BCU, obviously all the power in the base goes off. When you put down the new BCU, all the power in the base comes back on again. Except the fridge. The fridge does not come back on its own. You have to come in here and turn it on, and I forgot that. And most of the meat just rotted. As you can see, we now have quite a lot of rotten meat, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that. I went out, killed a few bears and wolves and things, and we got a bit back again. So that's good. So hopefully we'll see if that makes any difference. I rather suspect what's going to happen now is the hunters will path up around the back and attack the front door. I really don't know. I mean, we're going to find that out when I turn the hunter attacks back on again. And that's the nature of the test. But I actually hope they don't. I kind of hope they still come underneath the base and try and attack from the bottom, because I'd like to see whether we still get the same kind of damage to the base as we were getting before. But only time will tell on that one. So, I hope you enjoyed that little special episode. think, obviously, we need to know the answer. We need to know how the base fares under normal attacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of days while it's quiet to replace some of the resources. I didn't use many resources, most of them I just moved, so we're not doing too bad for resources. But I want to just get a few things sorted out, get my meat stocks back up and things, and then I will bring you back probably for the final special episode, when hopefully we'll get a load of attacks and we'll be able to see how that pans out. So, thank you very much for joining me on this little experimental episode, and I'll see you, it'll be a few days, and I'll put another special episode out, so I hope you'll look forward to that. In the meantime, it's a beautiful sunny day, I should be looting. So, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.